Hi and welcome to Dr. Mix. Today we have the Sequential Circuits Prophet 5. It's so beautiful. Let me smell it. I'm gonna show you how it works and why it's so famous. That's coming up. So here's the Prophet 5. It's been around since 1978 and it's a 5-voice synthesizer, hence the name Prophet 5. And it's got 2 oscillators and it's very flexible. It's very different from other synthesizers, as I am going to show you. So let's try and start from a very simple sound, right? It's something like this, for example. Yeah, right? So I will remove the unison and I will just take a listen to the first oscillator, which is this one. Now, as you can see, here you can select the sawtooth, and here you got the frequency. Or you can select the square wave with pulse wave, of course. But what's interesting is that you can combine the two. Check out. So, sawtooth, square, both of them. So this makes this synthesizer really different and really flexible. I think that they have used a type of this sound for Daft Punk. I would have to use some time to recreate that, but I think I can do that. In any case, so this is oscillator 1, this is oscillator 2, and you can do the same, except oscillator 2 also has this triangle wave, as well as a square wave, right? And again, you can select the 3 of them for an ultra thick and very, very warm sound. And then, if you combine both of them, you know, let me tune it, because this is A440. Right? Oh, you know what? Let me turn this on, check what I can do. Oh. Do I need to comment this? Anyway, I want to analyze for just 1 second the modulation wheel settings, because these are extremely powerful. So let me go back to normality here. So basically here on the modulation wheel, you can decide what to assign. So you can go for the modulation of the oscillator A, or oscillator B, or both of them. And of course here you got the LFO, so you can decide the frequency of the LFO. You can decide the shape of the LFO. It's about to take off. Interesting. Let's try and select both of them. See what happens? See, that's how this is really magical, because you can combine. So LFO like this sawtooth, but then you can combine with triangle. Let's see what happens if we combine. Okay, we choose square, and then we add triangle. And let's combine the three of them. Yeah, it gets a little bit nuts, but hey. So this is very, very powerful. And in fact, you can also assign this to the pulse width. So you see? So a lot of power right there. And of course, you can also assign it to the filter. This is so beautiful. And also what you can do is you can assign, instead of the LFO, you can assign the noise, which gives you this sort of bathroom effect on this specific sound. It just means that, you know, it introduces a level of randomness in the modulation. That's a lot of possibility, a lot of chaos you can create with this one. So now let me explain the filter section, because I mean, this is pretty straightforward. You have your cutoff here, you got your resonance, and you can self-oscillate. And then you've got your envelope amount, and the envelope here can be controlled independently from the amplifier section of it. So you can decide to have just a little bit of decay, right? And this is independent from the ADSR. So you can have an envelope for the amplifier and an envelope for the filter. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And the love button here is the unison, because you can basically get all 5 voices together in one. So, of course, it becomes a lot louder. And let me try. So this is the difference. You can even have glide. Now this is a bit strange because it doesn't trigger it like that. You have to release in order to do that. So, anywho, it's a pretty good effect, isn't it? And if you select all the oscillators at the same time, all right. Now I am going to try and create a bass sound. So let's start from the beginning. Let's mute everything and let's just have that. I like that. I really like that. Oof. This is very powerful already. Cool. And now we just listen to oscillator B. This is low frequency. Okay, if we leave it like this, basically it doesn't get modulated by the keyboard. But we do want to have it modulated by the keyboard. Oh, that's powerful. So let's try and put both of them together. Let's give it as much attack as we can. Maybe we want to give it a little bit of envelope. And then we can select unison. Yes. And this is why the Prophet 5 is so famous, because it sounds so fun and beautiful. If you want to see more vintage synthesizers, just check this playlist right here, and you might want to subscribe to this channel right here, or maybe here, yeah, right here. Hey, hope you enjoyed this. Make great music, stay inspired, and groove on.